Pads out there, what'd you see?
I thought the D-line was more physical than we were.
Is that something that you can address, or what? Like, why would you say that?
Because they were. I thought they won. They won more blocks. You know, when we were hooked up on them and they were hooked up on us. I thought they competed more to get to the quarterback, get to the football. That was my impression. You know, watching it live. I may feel differently after watching it, watching the film, but that was my impression.
It looked like Gino came off hurt. Are you concerned about him?
No, he popped back out here and he was moving around pretty good. So I mean, it might just be. I think he thought it was more serious than it was. It might just be a little ankle sprain or something. So I think he's going to be okay.
How's that competition looking with him and Emmanuel so far?
You know, it's a strong competition. You know, Emmanuel has really picked up the playbook really well. Gino's improved a lot. So, you know, like a lot of things, you know, when you get competitions, like both guys get better and they both improved a lot. So it's going to continue on, you know, for champion.
What's the early impression of the freshman you brought in?
You know, they're very physical. They all are talented. They've all got a ways to go as a player. You know, learning the offense, getting in the right spot, and the more that they learn the offense, the more they'll be able to focus on technique and get better at the technical things, the little things. But so far, I'm really excited about that group. For a young group, they've got a shot. They've got to work really hard to develop their talent, but they're very talented.
Caleb, have you guys gotten to a place in the room where maybe on a day like this, when it wasn't as physical as you wanted, like the players are going to take care of addressing that, and I'm sure they're going to hear from you, but do you have kind of a faith that they've already kind of processed that and are going to take care of that?
Well, that was my point to them after practice. You know, it was kind of like, you know, one-on-one pass rush. You know, Elijah Page probably had two of his better reps, but it took me to basically challenge him in front of everybody and him to get pissed off, and then he gets pissed off at me and he goes out and has two of his best reps he ever has. I'm like, that's my point. My point is I cranked up your intensity, but you should be cranking up your intensity on your own. Like, why does it take that, right? And that's maturing and getting through it. But I would tell you that the same. I mean, I felt that way, and I kind of sat back today and let us go. But I would tell you the same. I just felt like the other side had the edge, and we didn't respond. And I said, that ain't a good thing, you know. We got to learn to respond. That happens sometimes, right? I mean, those imbalances in intensity, they always happen in a game. But when you feel it happening, you got to respond on your side.
Caleb mentioned that the offensive line was one of things that part of the offense that's standing out is the way that they're practicing. Obviously today you weren't all that pleased, but overall, where have you seen the guys and maybe where you might be a bit more positive this year versus a year ago?
Was I not positive last year?
No.
I don't remember.
No, I mean, that would encourage you to feel positive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to be positive on things, you know, but I'm just being real about what today was, you know, and that's a good thing too, because that's a healthy thing for your team. One side does well, other side responds. One side does well, other side responds. And so to me, that's a healthy thing for your team. If that's not happening on your team, one side's dominating all the time, then you may not be as good as a team as you want to be. But I'm positive on the you know, the outlook of where we can go. But
yeah.
we've got to go there. You know, I mean, it's you know, it can't be, and it hasn't been, but it can't be you know, you can't just have days, well, if we do this, we can be good. If we do this, we can be good. At some point, you have to do it, you know. But we have been doing up to this point. I'm just a little, I just wasn't too happy with our performance today, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Man, I tell you, I thought the two guys right now that are most improved are Mason Murphy and Mike Tarquin. And again, it's funny, we're back to the competition. They're both at the same spot right now, but Mason has improved a ton. His consistency, you know, he had a great offseason in the weight room. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's anchoring way better now in pass rush. Man, he's just getting really consistent with putting himself in good spots where he doesn't lose fast, and that's a bad thing in the O-line to lose fast, but he's doing really well. I'm real pleased with where Mason's at.
I don't want to fire a bunch of questions about the defensive line at you, but is it just some of it that they're just that much more improved this year, the defensive line, the personnel that you're facing each day?
I mean, you know, yes. I mean, I think I think they've gotten better for sure. You know, I certainly think that, and that can be some of it. But I just felt like today. And I told the guys this. I said I might be wrong. I might go watch the film and be like, oh, it was just this. I just didn't think we had that little edge to us competitive wise.
Let's do one more here.
You mentioned Tarquin, but you guys really hit the transfer portal hard again this year. A lot of the point you felt a lot of it. Who's striking you as integrating themselves quickly, kind of hitting the ground running of the guys that you brought in and the experience?
Well, I think all three of those guys. You know, at one point today, all three of them were in the group with the ones after Gino popped out of there. But all those guys have done a great job learning the offense. You know, the terminology, learning the adjustments. They still miss some things here and there, and they're growing. You know, and really for a couple of them, you know, Tarquin got all of spring ball, but Kingston only got maybe 7 or 8 practices, I think, where he was full go, and then obviously Emmanuel got here after spring ball. So they're still growing and catching up some, but all those guys have integrated themselves very well. You know, and the other thing, they've integrated themselves well into the room as far as the culture and the brotherhood and the camaraderie of the room. So I like where they're at. We've got a ways to go, and you know that's what camp's all about. But we're going to get there.
Thank you, Coach Henson.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.